develop the capability. That is developed in so many ways. Education, knowledge, experience, gained from action, gained from working with colleagues, from listening, from being able to get that capability to get the work done. Set your goals. We all talked about having a purpose. Focus on your goal. That's the North Star. That's where you really want to end up. That's the end game, is to finally get where you want to be. Build a record. When you get into competitive something, have a record. A record that comes from bold endeavors. Take risks. Do things in your community, in your organization, in your church, in your business. Be seen as doing things. So you build that record. Create a circle of people with shared values. We talked about that here. We talked about how we make sure our win is just a big circle. Shared values of ensuring the promotion of women, the protection of women. That's our own circle. And we all have that same value. We seek it in different ways. We earn it in different ways. We support it in different ways. Always maintain your principle in your values. Sometimes it's very rough. It's tough to do that because it may go counter to the prevailing sentiment, to the prevailing environment. But you gotta be strong enough to stay with it, because at the end of the day, that's where you get the respect. That's where you get the credibility. That's where you embolden your influence for others who believe that you have the strength to stay the course. Expect obstacles. Expect it. There will be all kinds of distortions, obstacles. That's when you have to rise above your fears. Talk to your mother. Get advice. Talk to your best friends. Get advice. Talk to your colleagues so that you can rise above those fears by just listening to them. Gain some of their experience. Talk to God. Read the Bible. Those things that enable you to be bold enough to say, yes, I'm going to go about this, I'm going to rise about this. This obstacle is not going to stop me. I'm going to go, I'm going to keep going toward my goal. Always set the example. Practice what you preach. We heard everybody say it. So every time we talk, we see a lot of things with politicians, and we make a lot of promise. Sometimes we, just speak off the cuff. But when you say something that reflects, that says, this is your position, this is your value, this is then you need to have the example. You need to be able to show it in what you do, not just what you say, but what you do. Setting that example. Respect national policies, national laws. There may be disagreement, there may be criticism, but But you have to start with knowing it and respecting it. If they want to later on be bold enough to challenge it, but please know it. See how it fits in your agenda. And when you challenge on the basis of knowledge, of facts, of information. Remain be a woman. That does not mean that you can't be different, but the distinctive values of women are sometimes a little bit different, and sometimes very much different from the values of men. You say we like to have cooperation, want to come together, have empathy. Women have empathy. Call it compassion. Call it whatever you want. Because the woman values lives, values human endeavor. So let's always show that. I think I may have called them more, but let me say that when I say I've learned from these few days, I'm very serious I have. Because I've listened to so many people, their own experiences, their own objectives, their purpose, their wishes, and sometimes their differences and their disappointments. That to me is what the Ancienne sisterhood is all about. Being able to sit in a session like this and share it. And so to you, founder, please look my way.
Yes.
Let me say to you, for those of us who go way back, like I do, and she's been always there, much younger, but still as diligent, still as intuitive, creative, whether it was femme solidarity, and all the things she started, and has now brought us to our own. Let me say that in my days, going through my journey, Benetta was always there. She was young, but she was so determined. She was there. She just gave an encouragement to somebody that was taking on a difficult task. I just want to say thank you in front of this audience. So to all of you, I'll repeat again, this has been an awesome opportunity for me. So I thank all of you that have contributed to this. I would say one parting word to you, Amasuma. You let me leave without talking about you too. Because you remember when I went to the very first African Union Summit, you were then the African Union president of the African Union Commission.
Minister of Foreign Affairs.
She was what?
Foreign Affairs.
Oh, Foreign Affairs. That came before then. I mean, the African Union was, no, you were Minister of Foreign Affairs at the time you were there. Okay, I stand corrected.
Khartoum.
Khartoum was there too.
It was Khartoum. It was Sudan.
The point was, she organized the reception, again, to help me rise above my peers. The first woman going to an African Union summit. So she stood there and collected some women, and they stood there. As I walked in, they ushered me in, and I think all the men were stupefied. Thank you to everybody. Let's all go home and enjoy.